me, Renee. I'm back, and as you can see, I'm here for the summer bucket list book tag. I saw it, sorry, on headers over at Bookable's channel, and yeah, it's a nice summary book tag. So here I am doing it, and it's Tuesday, so yeah, going kind of on brand, not on brand, but yeah, following the tag. So tag Tuesday, and yeah, of course, I'm gonna link the original tag in the links and links in the description. And yeah, let's start. First, we have, give me a little moment, Hit the Beach, a book set by the water. Now, I suppose I could go with a lot of different books here because, yeah, I mean, quite a lot of books set by water, I would say. But I'm gonna go with a recent read. Well, I suppose I would say it came out this year, it came out last year, but yeah, it is Out of the Blue by Jason June. It takes place in LA, so a coastal town. It takes place, and it's also like set around water. Like water is a big element in the book. They go on a boat, they go by the beach. One of the main characters works as a lifeguard. Lots of water and air, and also a mer person. So yeah, definitely a book I highly recommend. I've talked about a bit about it before this year after I read it, and yeah, if you haven't seen any other videos and like you haven't heard about this book, check it out. It's amazing, amazing. It's both, I would say, it's both complex but also light-hearted and heartwarm, but also serious, and yeah, it's just amazing. It gives you all of the feels. Then we have next prompt. Give me a little moment. Watch Fireworks, a book that had spicy romance. And here, I suppose, could also go in a lot of books. There's a lot of books, at least I've read much more romance these last few years. I end up going with a book I read last year. Yeah, not all the books on this in this video is going to be recent reads. Well, recent. What is recent? Not all of the books are going to be reads from this year, to be precise. But yeah, I'm going to go with A Caribbean Heiress in Paris by Adriana Herrera. So yeah, this has sex at the Eiffel Tower, and yeah, lots of spiciness in this one. And yeah, book I highly recommend. Then we have the next prompt is go for a trip. Go for a road trip. A book that a book that has a journey. So here I'm gonna go with also a book I read last year, but it definitely has a journey. Well, of course, why else would I choose it? It is The Bone Spindle by Leslie Wedder. It has a journey. I suppose it's kind of like a journey quest because they're on a quest. But at the same time, also like it's also kind of a journey like on the mind because two persons who don't like each other they become friends, and there's romance that develops, and yeah, there's both journeys outside and internal. So yeah, it works on several levels. And then we have, give me a little moment. Bloop, 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 bloop. Camp Under the Stars, a book that left you starstruck. Now, I suppose I'm not quite sure. Okay, yeah. Sometimes when I do text, I see the original first. I haven't done it now, but yeah. I'm not quite sure if this means like there has to be a celebrity in the book, like a real life celebrity, or just kind of a book that kind of makes you starstruck. I'm gonna interpret it as like starstruck in other ways. So I'm gonna use The Fiancé Farce by Alexander Belthor. So in this one, one of the main characters is a model, like not from the real world, but like from this world, and she's also an heiress from a publishing company. And yeah, me, lover of books, of course. Like, yeah, one of my dream partners is a person that is an heiress of a publishing company. So yeah, that just kind of like screams like perfect partner. So that kind of makes me starstruck. You know what? Next, we have marathon some movies. Um, a book you couldn't put down. Again, we've chosen a lot of things here. Sorry. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. It came out in 2020. I had it for a year. No, not a year, or maybe a year. No, I had it for some months. Anyway, yeah. I read it in May and I loved it. Started in the book form and then I ended up finishing it on audio because I kind of wanted to knit a bit. And yeah, amazing, amazing read. Finish it in one day. So yeah, I mean, definitely a book you can put out. And Go for Ice Cream, a sweet romance book. So here I'm gonna go with oldie but goodie. It is The Undomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. Uh, as most Sophie Kinsella books, it's very funny, but it also has a very nice romance in it. Though I would say, like Sophie Kinsella, I would say it's more like chiclet. I don't really like that word so much, but yeah, I would say it's more like focused on the main character's journey than a romance. So like in the story, the romance is the B plot. It's there, but like if you took away the romance, it would still be a good book. But yeah, it does have a good romance. And yeah, kind of felt like talking about this book a bit. And then we have the next book prompt, which is blah, 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 blah. Picnic in a Park, a book that's a bit of fresh air. Uh, so here I'm gonna go with Julie Takes a Breath by Gabi Rivera. This came out in 2020, I want to say. 21, 2019. But yeah, a few years ago now. But yeah, it's still kind of, I still kind of think about it now and then because it's just so different. It has a Latina main character, which in YA, it's not quite that normal. It's more normal now, but yeah, it's still, yeah. And there's romance in it, but it's not like the main plot. I'm saying the main plot is kind of like what a lot of people say that YA has to be, but this one is. It's kind of very much like growing up, exploring of identity, like discovering more about yourself, about life, and those kinds of stuff. And it does it in a just very good way. It's, I would say, it sounds like a big word to use it, but I would say it's profound. I would say it's funny, it's raw at times, heartwarming, and yeah, it's yeah, I would say yeah, definitely a breath of fresh air because like there's something that no low YA books just like yeah, I was also say like it's more like a in a way it's more like a pondering book because it's not yeah things happening in the book, but it's not like a book with lots of action plots. Like if you're gonna ask me what happened in this book, I would say like she goes there and then she goes there and then that happens. Like I would say like only two or three things happen in the book, but a lot of things like she thinks and she changes and like a lot of things happen to the main character like internally. Like she has discoveries and whatnot. But yeah, so I suppose it's more like a slow pondering book than a like action-filled, fast-paced book. But it's yeah, it's a very good book. And then the next prompt is give me a little moment to find the prompts. Go for a hike. A character that conquered an obstacle. And here I'm gonna go with a recent read. It is The Cassandra Complex or Cassandra in Reverse in the US by Holly Smale. So Cassandra, she goes through a journey in this book. Something happens. Well, it's no spoiler. In the very beginning of the book, she discovers she can time travel. She uses that to like change her life for the better. And then yeah, things happen, and yeah, during the course of the book, she conquers different obstacles. Just gonna say that. I'm not gonna go into specifics because you should read the book. And yeah, then up next we have Grilled Some Barbecue, a book with delicious food. Yeah, also it's kind of difficult for me because I feel like a lot of people talk about like, oh yeah, this book and this book makes me want to eat, and then I don't really often like get urges like that. Like even if I read a book about like food, I don't really often like if I feel like eating after reading or like eating while reading. But still, I found a book that has food in it, and that sounds tasty. So I'm gonna go with Time Villains by Victor Pinheiro. So in this one of the main characters kind of wishes to life the Duke of Sandwiches, and of course he makes a sandwich, and yeah, there's some good food in there that way. So yeah, also a very good book. And then last but not least, we have Watch the Sunrise, a book that's oh read it wrong, but I would say it's kind of a book still. Yeah, a book that inspired you. Um, so here I'm going with the ultimate book of heroic failures. And yeah, so this is because I read it as surprised me, but I would say still works as inspired. Okay, so this is I read it back in April, and it's a book all about and it's a non-fiction book. It's a book all about the hilarious things that like that's very real anecdotes. Like for example, the guy who mugged someone, and then the guy who was mugged asked like, "Can I please have my things back?" And the mugger gave his things back. So like the mugger became muggy. So that's kind of just a failure, like at being a mugger. I mean, you don't give the things back. And then, like for example, like other things we have, like example, the boat trip that required 11 lifeboat callouts, the worst football team on the planet, which is actually being made into a movie with Taika Waititi, the driver who got lost more often on the sat nav direction. So yeah, there's just so many hilarious things. Like some of these like anecdotes is like something that happens once, and then there's some things that like with like there's actually one one thing that's just amazing. It's where this wife of someone kind of didn't want to be married to him anymore, so she got like a hitman, but by different means. The husband always survived. So, like for example, if the hitman tried to poison him by food, because I don't remember exactly I told, but yeah, he tried to poison him by food, and he didn't eat the food, or he ate the food and then he became ill, so he just puked it all out, so he wasn't ill. And then one time, like he made a trap and then avoided traps, like he always avoids the things. And then after a while, kind of he still like his wife gets discovered and gets put in jail, and like he's injured and like no, I don't really mind her because I love my life and she's in my heart. So, like he still loves her even when she tried to kill him, which yeah, amazing. So I suppose in a way it inspires me in this book because I suppose in two ways. One, yes, I've done a lot of bad things, but I've never been this bad. But two, I mean, there's some people who like start as like huge failures. Like you have like some like a lot of the stories in this book, yes, are everyday people, but some are like of celebrities, and then they start like doing things really bad, and then after a while they'll discover that they're really good in this way, or like they discover how to do things good. So yeah, it's kind of inspiring. Like yes, just because you don't do things good the first time around doesn't mean you'll give up. And yeah, I suppose it's kind of also, I would say, like it's also a book about persevering in a way, like it inspires you to persevere. So yeah. So that, my dear friends, is the summer bucket list book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, as always, if you feel like this sounds like a fun tag, tag you're it. I do feel like this is kind of a newer tag. Don't really remember seeing it before. So maybe it's a new tag and people, not a lot of people know about it or have done it. And suppose it's easy that people haven't done it. And yeah, tag it. But like, of course, if you just see this video and you think it's fun, but you don't want to do it yourself, you don't have to do it. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.